Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are all good today. I'm back with another transfer video. I'm going to be speaking about Fabio Vieira today, and of course I'm sure there will be more things to go through. But obviously big up to you guys as well that are watching. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you guys have for me today. But big up to all of you that are here today. And yeah, like I said, I will obviously share my screen and show you the latest news on Fabio Vieira. But he will be the person I'll be chatting about today. So I hope you obviously enjoy my video today. Please comment down below as well your thoughts on Fabio Vieira potentially leaving Arsenal. I mean, we have spoken quite a bit about him and outgoing players that should leave Arsenal this summer. He for me is definitely up there. So I'm quite happy to hear this news that he will probably be moving on this summer. But obviously, big up to all of you guys that are here. I appreciate you all that are watching. Like I said, if you've got any questions, do send them through. And yeah, I will answer them. Big up to Tyrell Gunner TV. I hope you're well. And good to see you in the chat as always. But yeah, big up to all of you guys that are here. I know I'm a few minutes earlier, but I just wanted to, chat with you guys today. And of course, guys, please don't forget to like and subscribe as well before we do get started. But like I said, Vieira will be the sort of main topic of conversation today, but of course I will chat about other things as well. And like I said, if you've got any questions, do drop them in and I'm happy to answer them as well. But yeah, I'll share my screen now. I know Fabrizio Romano has posted about it, so I'm going to share my screen to chat about this as well, guys. But obviously big up to you guys that are here today. I'll just share my screen. So yeah, guys, so with the latest news, obviously Fabio Vieira, let's have a look on Twitter first, actually. Bear with me, guys, it might take a minute to load, but yeah, Stuttgart do want him on a permanent deal, which is going to be good. I'm interested to see how much we're actually going to get for him. Arsenal are asking for 30 to 35 million to sell Vieira, with Stuttgart having open talks. Well, to be fair, I think that's a lot more than what I expected. I was thinking like 15 to 20 million for him. I don't know how you'd get a lot of money for him. And to be fair, yeah, 20 million. I think 30, 35 is a lot more, but if we get that for him, then I will be very, very happy. And let me just go on this. So yes, you got are very interested in him. A permanent deal as well, which I think is really good. So let's have a look here. 25-year-old midfielder is to requirements of the Emirates after a largely underwhelming 3-year spell. I actually forget he's been there for 3 years. It's quite crazy. He signed with Porto in a surprise €30 million deal. Vieira never truly adapted to the demands of the Premier League, making 49 appearances before returning to his club that he came from last year. I want to find... Give me a minute. I want to find out some more information actually about this. Let me go on this one. This might give me a bit more information, but I actually forgot he's been here that long. It has been underwhelming, hasn't it, him being here? So here we go. Stuttgart are working on a deal to sign attacking midfielder Fabio Vieira from Arsenal. The German club have approached the Premier League counterparts about Vieira. The 25-year-old was loaned to Porto last season, but Stuttgart's interest is over a permanent deal. An agreement has yet to be reached, but talks are ongoing, with Arsenal likely to seek a respectable price for the player they recruited for up to 40 million euro in the summer of 2022. The Portuguese midfielder, who was capped by his country and under 21 level in his final 2 years of contract at the Emirates. Just in the details about him. So yeah, it's not. So yeah, we could sell him. I think we should sell him, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna have a little read at some other news outlets. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at this one. Obviously, big up to chat as well. I will happily answer any questions you guys have for me after this. I just wanted to try and find some more information about this. So, yeah, Arsenal and Stuttgart have held talks with Vieira, the midfielder, is among a group of players Arsenal open to selling this summer. And the 25-year-old has struggled to deliver in the Premier League since he came here, which we all know. Vieira is not the only player that could depart Arsenal before the summer. Obviously, we know Fuller are interested in Reece Nelson too. Sambi Congo as well, who was loaned from Sevilla, is up for sale. Yeah, I don't think he's going to get him, to be honest with you. Zinchenko as well has 1 year left on his contract, and the Gunners will be open to selling him in the summer. I think we should move Zinchenko. I really think we should. Obviously, Kivior and Trossard's futures in doubt. I'm going to come back, guys, and chat with you guys, and I'll probably share my screen a little bit later on. But yeah, this is obviously the latest news about Arsenal, about Vieira. So I'm happy. We probably will be going this summer, because it just hasn't worked out Arsenal. And yeah, it's unfortunate, but it just happens sometimes. And yeah, there's no hard feelings. Like, I wish him well, and I hope he does really well there. Big up Kevin. As the deal is off after I beat him at chess, and I want the luck dream. I'll be honest with you, this Eze situation is so frustrating. Like, I don't know why it's taken so long. I don't know what's happening at the moment, and yeah, I just feel frustrated. I'm sure we're all feeling frustrated as well. But I mean, yeah, it's just a weird situation. Like, I just generally have no idea what is going on. Like, I just don't know what's happening. If he's staying, is he going? Like, I just couldn't tell you guys. So yeah, I'm waiting to hear more news on the Eze situation. I'm hoping that we're going to hear some more news. Big up, Phil. I hope you're good. Hope you're keeping well. Good to see you in the chat. Obviously, big up to you guys in the chat today. Happy to answer any questions you guys have for me. Like I said, I was speaking about a few things today, not just Vieira, but Vieira is definitely the main topic of conversation. And yeah, I'll be on here for about an hour today, guys, to chat with you guys. And there's about 8 of you in here, so please do make sure you're smashing them likes to me, and please do make sure you're subscribing too. And yeah, to get likes up, guys, subscribe here, send in any questions you guys want me to answer. Hashim was selling Vieira for 5. What do you know? What I mean, I think if I was at Arteta, if I was the club, I'd think to myself, we're not going to get a lot for him. Like, I don't see us getting a lot for him. I'd say like 15 to 20 million. Like, I just don't think we would. But then on reports, it seems as though Arteta wants like 30 million euros. Like, we're not getting that for Vieira. We're just not. That is not happening. Like, I don't know why Arteta would think we could get that for him. So for me, I don't think we're going to get a lot for him. I think we know that ourselves. I think, like I said, at the best, I'll probably get 15, 20 at a push. We're not getting 30, 35 million euros for him. That's just not going to happen. But if we pull it off, then, good for Arsenal. But I just don't think we're going to get a lot of money for him. But yeah, I think he's just, unfortunately, it hasn't worked out. We just need to get him out the door, another body out the door. And I'm hoping, if we say we got 20 million for him, I'm hoping that we're going to see maybe a Zinchenko go, maybe Reece Nelson, and I'm sure a few other players will follow on like the Congress. So I think for me at this point, it's just getting bodies out the door, getting as much money we can to get some new players in. So let's just see what happens with that. Big up to Aldi. Good to see you here. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Big up to United_fan 345. Big up to yourself. Big up to all of you that are here. Big up, Lavin J. Afternoon, Soph. Hope you're having a good day. I'm having a good day, thank you. I hope you are too. Hope you're all having a great day. Couldn't sell a bottle of water to a man stranded in the desert, whereas other clubs are making a mint out of their dregs. Yeah, I mean, a lot of clubs are making a lot of money out of their players, and we're struggling. I mean, if we could actually get 30 million for him, that'd be great, because I think we got him, was it around 35 million euros? I don't know if it was like that, but you're not going to get that money back. I mean, I can't remember how much we paid for him at the time, but you're just not going to get that sort of money back. So for me, I think we just have to do the best that we possibly can and try and generate as much money as we can for him. But I don't think we're going to get a lot for him. I don't think that, unfortunately, like we said, it hasn't worked out. He has been quite underwhelming at Arsenal. He's had injuries, he's had things going on, and I don't think he just adapted to the league. It just didn't work out for him. So for me, it's just one of those things that hasn't worked out. So it just happens. Like, I'm not annoyed it hasn't worked out, but I think he would have been a great player for us. But yeah, if we can get money for him, that'll be good. Like I said, guys, I'm going to be looking as well online and chat with you guys to see if there's any more any more latest news, not just about Vieira, but any other things. I do think at this moment in time, we are going to have quite a lot of outgoings. I think that's going to be our focus. So I think we're being honest then. We're going to probably not buy a player for a little while. I don't know what we're going to use this money for. We're going to use it for an Eze. We're going to use it for a left winger. I just don't know at this point. So yeah, let's just see what happens, guys. Big up United underscore fan. Looks like it'll be Gokres versus Sesko. Then we put a bid in today for him. So Sesko, I'm so confused. Like, is he going to Newcastle? Is he going to United? I'm really confused with that. But if he goes United, that'd be an incredible game. Sesko versus Gokres. I think that'll make the rivalry with Arsenal United even more intense. So yeah, I'm up for that. It's weird for Palace because we have all these players lined up to replace Guehi and Eze, but nothing happened, and we're playing Liverpool. I was so convinced Liverpool were getting Guehi because obviously Guehi wants to play regular football, and Arsenal he wouldn't be doing that because we've got Saliba, Gabriel. I know I would love him at Arsenal as a backup, but for now he wouldn't do that. But for Liverpool, I thought that's what he was going to do, but seems as though that isn't the case at the moment. Arteta said he saw Vieira as a special talent. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've no doubt. I mean, I didn't watch him at Porto because I didn't watch like other leagues a lot. But Arteta probably thought he was really good at Porto and bought him there. And then when he came to the league, it just didn't work out. And that kind of happens, but he has been a poor signing, for being honest. Like, I mean, Arteta's done some great signings, but this one has definitely been a bad signing. I mean, he just never adapted. I think the biggest problem he had was the physicality in the league to really, yeah, I just think he got knocked off the ball really easily. I think physically he struggled. I think sometimes you can struggle in the league. It's tough when you come to the league, but it just didn't work out, and you know that happens sometimes. But it's a real shame because I was hoping it would work out for him. So big up to Cooper. Good to see you in the chat. I'm just going to go back up to your comment here. Anyway, Vieira is a good player, even though I know no one will pay more than 30 million for that, but I still think he's worth at least 40 million. I think the problem that we've had with him, because we've not seen him play for a while, he's not going to get a lot of money. And I think it was good because say last game of the season, I think Arteta just played tons of like players like Zinchenko, etc. To get their price up a bit. I think Vieira is a good player. I just don't think he suits the Premier League. I just don't think that. Yeah, I just don't think the physicality again. He adapted, but I do think he would do good in a different league, maybe somewhere in Europe, just somewhere that isn't the Premier League. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to. I would love it if we could get 30 for him. I think I'm predicting 20, but if we can get 30, that'd be great. What's happening with Eze? I thought you guys played really well. It's another saga again, another one of these situations. Like I'm just so baffled because I thought we did that, but then nothing has. I mean, I always say to you guys that there's certain sources that I trust. You know, the likes of like Fabrizio Romano, David Dunstey. I do obviously look on like the news articles, but yeah, that was the impression I was under, that we did pay that, but I don't know if we have, or don't know if we're going to do that. So I'm under the impression we want Eze and we like him, but I don't know if we want to pay the money for him. I think we want to pay a cheaper price. So yeah, you guys know how I feel about it. We should get the job done for Eze, but if we can't get the job done, we have to have a plan B. We have to have someone else that we're going to bring in, and we have to think fast because, guys, the league is going to be starting very soon. I think it starts on, is it the 15th of August? So it's the 5th today. We don't have long, so we need to make sure we're going quicker with this and getting things done. Big up Phil. I'm delighted with our business and hopeful, but chilled about Eze, but really think we need to boost the left side, as I feel there's a talent imbalance, but because of how amazing Saka is. Yeah, I think the left hand side is definitely our weakness. We just, like you said, I mean, a lot of us said this, but we look so predictable on the left, and like you said, on the right, because Saka is so good, it doesn't seem the same on the left. So yeah, I think we have a big problem, to be honest with you, on the left-hand side. I think that's our weakness, and I think that's something that we have to have to work through. So hopefully, guys, that's what we'll do. But yeah, we have to focus on the left now. That is something that we need to sort out. I think Eze's situation is getting more difficult, and seeing this, I'm convinced we'll only bring in one more player. I don't think we'll sign both a left winger and attacking midfield at the same time. Yeah, I don't. I think we'll get one or the other. I'm not convinced either. Big up to chat. Big up Cooper. Who is the best special talent Arteta has discovered? Oh, that's a really good question. Let me think. I'm trying to think. I mean, Arteta has made some great signings, to be honest with you, along the way. That is so tough. You know what I'll say? I think Odegaard, I mean, to be honest with you, Odegaard, I do think he's a very special and talented player. I know at the moment he's not the best season, but I still think with him he's a very good player. I think Arteta was able to find him as so special. I think he was quite an underrated player. Special, it's hard to know because we've got so many defensive players. Yeah, maybe. I think defensively, I think I'd probably say Odegaard, Ben White, or yeah, I'd probably say Odegaard, Ben White. But you know, at the time, I thought Tomiyasu was a really good pick, to be honest with you, from Arteta. But I know it didn't work out of injuries, but I thought that was a really good pick from Arteta at the time. Does he want Arsenal? Tottenham was looking at him. Yeah, I heard that Tottenham were looking at him as well. I mean, I know with James Maddison having that injury, which looked awful, by the way, I feel really bad for him, that Spurs will need to replace him and bring someone else in. It's really weird because James Maddison at Leicester was so... I don't think he had many injuries. Then he went to Spurs, he had so many injuries. It is a shame how that's worked out. Arsenal's biggest problem in the transfer window isn't about our ability to buy players or spend big money. It's how bad we are selling. Yeah, we're not great at selling players, are we? We generally can't generate a lot of money for me. So, yeah, that's a tough one, really, isn't it? I do think we need to try and get some more money for the players. Absolutely. I was under the impression we don't want to pay for Eze, but buy out the clause, which has now lapsed, so negotiations will take time. Yeah, it's confusing. I just don't know what's going on because it seems as though it just seems as though we don't want to pay what they're offering. But I think we should, if they reject what we've said, I think we should pay what we need to for him. Would you take Lookman on the left if we don't get Eze? Yeah, I would. I think the left-hand side needs a lot of change. I think we need a lot of change there. So I would definitely I'd definitely give him a chance. I mean, if we don't get Eze, it's not the end of the world, but we need to make sure we do bring in an attacking player if we can. Yeah, Ben White is definitely been a great player under Arteta. Saka's more of an Emery type of player. I mean, Emery is one that gave him a chance, but Arteta definitely has improved Saka, but Emery really gave Saka the chance, though. Yeah, Ben White. It's a shame, really. Yeah, I thought Odegaard. Odegaard. Saka was... Yeah, that was really good for Emery, though. I know we might not agree with Emery's time at Arsenal, but he did make some good choices. Yeah, Big Gabby. Yeah, I think it's hard to pick. I think at the time, like when Odegaard was on loan at Arsenal, I mean, the Europa League times were depressing, don't get me wrong, but I remember just thinking to myself, if we built a team around Odegaard, we would be much better. And we are, but I just think with Odegaard now, I just think he needs to get us more goals, he needs to do a bit more for the team. But I think overall, I just think that defensively, Arteta's found some great players. I mean, I think Ben White was good at, at Brighton, but he's gone to another level at Arsenal. I know Ben White at the moment, he's had injuries and stuff, but Ben White's been a really great player. Obviously, Emery was the one that got Saliba, so I can't say Saliba. Gabriel, I'd probably say Gabriel and Odegaard because with Gabriel Magalhaes, when he first joined, I thought he was good, but I now see him how he's improved. He's a great player now. He's gone to another level, so I would definitely have to say him. But we have definitely improved along the way with Gabriel. It's hard because we've got some great players. I mean, I think Trossard is a good player, but I wouldn't put him up there as like a special talent. I think he was a good pick, but I think we already knew it when he was at Brighton. He was good then. Yeah, Saka was good by Emery. A good on Emery for giving him a chance then. Sorry, I'll come back to it. I just missed this one here. Listening to Madison talking about Son leaving, he sounded like a cross between Andy and Mother Teresa rather than Cindy. Yeah. Do you know what? I'm not surprised Son's leaving. I don't think it's a surprise at all because, I mean, how long has Son been there for? A long time. He's not won much at Spurs. I think he deserves to go. I don't blame him. I think he deserves a new chapter of his life. I want to see how old Son is now. I actually am curious. He's like 30. Yeah, 33. Yeah. He's probably coming to the end of his career now anyway, so I'm not surprised. Other clubs seem to be better at selling than us. Look at Chelsea and Liverpool. Resemble some players. Chelsea just got Dewsbury Hall for 25 million. Yeah, that is a crazy amount, really. We need to do a lot better at that. I mean, I think, you know what, guys? I think you could get quite a bit for like a Reece Nelson. I mean, if you look at players who want to move on, Reece Nelson, Lokonga, Vieira, Zinchenko, I think who else? Martin Trossard, obviously that's a debate, but I think we could get a lot more money, really. I think we need to do a lot better. Saka came through the academy, so I don't think Emery should be given a praise for Saka's breakthrough. I think he was really good, though, at believing in him, managing his minutes. And I think Emery gave him that chance. I think that's something that I'll always be grateful for. But I know he came from the academy, but he's the manager that gave him the chance, so I do give him a bit of praise there. My pick for Arteta finest Lewis Skelly, Cooper. Got a run, enjoy day, everyone. Thank you, Cooper, for watching my show today. Big up to yourself. Always good to see you in the chat. Hope you have a good day as well. Son has been in decline for nearly 5 seasons. I would say since Harry Kane left, I don't think he was the same. I think I just think he was the same player he was. I mean, he used to cause us a lot of problems at Arsenal, and now I don't think he does that anymore. So, yeah, I do think he used to cause us problems, but I think it's not the case anymore. So, yeah, I'm not surprised he's left. He's been a bit of a decline, as you've mentioned, for a while now. So, it's not a surprise to me, to be honest with you. But, yeah, I wish him well. I'm not surprised he's moving on. He's been at Spurs for a long time anyway. So yeah, I'm not completely surprised with that, to be fair. But yeah, I do wish him well, and I hope he does really well what he does next. But yeah, big up to the chat, obviously. I'll have a look as well. I'll share my screen in a sec to see what the latest news is. If there's any more latest news to talk about today. But obviously, big up to you guys. Like I said, I'll be on here for about an hour today to chat about the latest news. And pardon me, guys, I'll be back later probably as well, because I might be doing a Arsenal vs Villarreal preview. Obviously that game is tomorrow, which I won't be here for, but I will do a preview for that. I'll probably still watch the game, but yeah, obviously big up to you guys. Son wasn't the same after Spurs started to play Harry deeper. Good runs for me, yeah. I'm not bothered that he's left. I know some people are sad, but I'm not bothered. Like, it doesn't affect us really, does it? So yeah. I think with Harry Kane, I think him leaving didn't help the situation at all. So yeah, I'm gonna share my screen, guys. I think we can have a look at the latest news if there's any more Arsenal news. Just give me guys 1 second, and I'll have a look. It's bear with me, guys. It's literally Isak these days. It's literally all Isak, what everyone's talking about. Big up Ron, good to see you here. Arsenal's academy is no longer developing players in the quantity of other top sides. Chelsea view the development of youth as a revenue stream. I do think it's harder, even for the women's team, to be honest with you. I do think it's really hard to get in the first team and to actually not necessarily be a starter, but get any minutes or get, a big chunk of game time. I think it's really difficult for both the Arsenal and the women's team. I have seen that quite a bit. So, yeah, I think that's quite difficult. But I'm hoping for the team next season, we're going to see more Van Neri. Van Neri signed a new deal. He's not signed a new deal to be on the bench. He signed a new deal to be a part of this team. So I think for me, that's definitely going to be a big part of season, seeing him. Obviously, I want to see Max Downing. I want to see more of Molly Salmon and more of these players that I don't know a lot about. I want to see more of them. But obviously, in pre-season, that's what you're going to get. And in the cup games, you're going to see that as well. Predictions for the Villarreal game tomorrow, I'm saying 3-1 Arsenal. Yeah, I think we should win that. I don't think we're going to lose it. I think, well, it does depend actually on the lineup. I'm hoping that we're going to see more of Gyökeres. I just want to see more of our new signings. I'm under the impression we're going to see Madueke in this game. I think he might be okay for this one. Yeah, I think 2-0, 2-1 Arsenal. I think it'll just be a comfortable win. But yeah, I would love to see Gyökeres score or get a big chunk of time in this game. I see Gyökeres get like 45 minutes. I think that would be quite nice. So yeah, I love your score prediction. I'm going about 2-1, 2-0 Arsenal. Hey Victor, hope you're good. Chelsea seem to go out and buy the best young players in the bulk, and it's no longer a football club but a trading post. Yeah, Chelsea do operate different these days, but what I will say is they do actually get quite a bit of money with some of these players, which is it's what we need to be doing. We need to take a leaf out of their book and try and get some money for these players. Yeah, me too. I'm excited about watching him. He's so good. I know he's 15. I would say to everyone, like, let's just let him enjoy football. Like, don't put too much pressure on him. Don't compare him to any other players right now, because I think as fans we have our habits of comparing him to a different player that's been so good in football. So I think we should just let him enjoy his football, and hopefully, I hope he gets minutes. I would definitely. I don't know if you've got to be a certain age to play in the Premier League. I don't think you do. I suppose I think he'll be 16 soon anyway this year, but I would like to see him get minutes in the FA Cup games as well. I don't know. Is he allowed to play in the league? Like, is he allowed to come off the bench? I don't know if I don't know if you got to be a certain age. I don't think you do, but I know with obviously when you're 18, you can share the same room as the team. Obviously, you won't be able to share the same team as the full team because he's under 18. But it would be good to see him get a chance. I think, if I'm being honest, I think he's better than some of these experienced players. I think he's actually like not predictable, as we all say. We do look quite predictable. I think he just enjoys his football, and I would personally like to see him get more minutes in the season at Arsenal. So yeah, hopefully, guys, we're gonna see some more minutes for him. Obviously, Ranieri, I want to see more of Ranieri. Ranieri's so good, and he's so young as well. He's only 18. He turned 18 recently, so I'm hoping we're gonna see more of him as well. I'm gonna share my screen, guys. Let's see some of the Arsenal news here. I know a lot of it is all about the same stuff with Isaac, but I want to see if I can find anything. I'm actually, give me guys a sec. I'm just gonna pause the stream for 1 second. Give me 1 minute. I want to try and. Okay, guys, I'm back. I just wanted to share, find how to share screen again. So yeah, let's have a look on Twitter, guys. Let's see if there's any news on there or any stuff we can talk about as well. Like I said, I'll be on here for another half an hour. So if you guys have any questions, do drop them in. I'll happily answer any of your questions. And please, guys, do like this video, do subscribe as well. But now I'm going to share my screen to chat about the latest. For some reason, I have to do it this way. Okay, Arsenal news. Let's have a look. I'm hoping we're going to hear. I'll just read this. Ferdinand says Arsenal youngster is the most exciting English talent since Wayne Rooney. That's the thing, right? I do think that's a nice compliment, but he's only 15. I don't think we should put too much like pressure on him right now. But let's just see. Darren excites me on another level. This kid is different. Yes, I'm saying the same thing when asked whether Darwin is comparable to young Rooney. The thing is with Wayne Rooney, he had that. I don't know how to say that word, Grally, but he came on with brute force. He was like, "You're going to know about me because I'm going to force it down your throat." The kid Max is more subtle, more technical, and he's going to have people on ice skates slipping and sliding everywhere. Very rarely do you see a player actually gets near and touches him. He is very elusive, a player who it will excite you and get you off your seat. I will say to you, he is a player that does get you off your seat. Also, guys, I've heard some news actually about Jack Wilshere. Jack Wilshere is returning to Arsenal, I think, for the youth academy. That's great news to see Jack return. I can't wait to see it being anything other than the under-21s head coach, especially consider that the team is made up of the players he coached at the under-18 levels. So yeah, Jack Wilshere does seem to be the appointment again. He has been, I'm sure he's been to other teams. I think he went to Norwich, didn't he? So yeah, obviously that's really good to hear about Jack Wilshere. I'm really happy about that. I am going to note a few of these things though because I don't want to talk about certain things. So yeah, obviously Madueke is in training, so it looks like he could possibly be a part of the team for this game. Obviously what I've just spoken about, I'll just read you here. As reported by David Johnson, Arsenal have held talks with Stuttgart over the sale of Vieira, one of the several players that could leave this summer. I'm hoping we are going to see some more players leave, actually. Let me just have a little look at here. Let's just see if there's any more. I've gone this article today, but some of you might have just joined, so I want to scroll down actually. So Reece Nelson is one we could leave. How much do you guys think we'll get for him? I think maybe 15 to 20 million. Zinchenko is obviously out of contract, I think, in a year, so I think now's the time to move him. But also Arteta might, like what I said here, Arteta might use him as a player in midfield or left back, which I don't want him at left back. But goalkeeper Cole Hines has spent last season on loan at Real Valladolid, playing over 30 games and is eager for more game time. Obviously, Kivior, Trossard have been linked with moves, but their future's uncertain. Trossard is set on the radar of German side Borussia Dortmund. They want to sell it forward before the summer window closes. So, yeah, that is pretty much that on the latest news. I do think we need to just get some of these players out the door ASAP. I think we need to get some money in for if we need to buy other players. We can't play Downing, but my only worry is we can't give him a proper contract till he's 17. Let's hope his head isn't turned by a bigger contract elsewhere. We have to already see players like Heaven go, yeah. I don't know what we're going to do with Downing. Like, should he go on loan? Because if he can't play in like the league games, but I just think it would be a good experience for him to be part of the team and experience what will like be there. I think he could play in cup games, maybe come off the bench, I guess. Really never improved as a player from 17. We thought he was going to be on Messi. He never got those standards. Jack back, yeah, happy about Jack. That's really good news to hear. I was really happy to hear that. I'm happy he's back. His heart's with Arsenal, and you can see that, which is really nice. Chelsea have made more money on sales than Arsenal have spent on signings. The irony is that they go out and buy Man City's academy on the cheap. Down needs 10 to 15 minutes most games. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Every summer we have an abundance of an Edward Till shift and we never quite manage it. Yeah, I think that's our biggest problem. We have to be ruthless this summer. I mean, Jesus is another one. I know he was spoken about a little while ago, and now it's sort of gone a bit quiet with him. So I'm really hoping that we're going to shift him off as well because he needs to go as well. So many players need to move on, and I just don't think it's happening for us right now. Just a question, where do you see Nani playing? Well, it's so tough because I don't honestly know where he's going to play at this moment in time. Like, I'm so confused because I genuinely believe he's come to his team to be a starter. I don't think he's going to be on the bench. So I'd probably see him on the left. But the other thing is, like, if he was to play on the right, what happens with Ranieri? Because Ranieri is that second choice to Saka. So I think that makes it quite difficult. I think it's quite a difficult situation, that one. So yeah, I'd probably say left, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too sure. It's all quite complicated, but I guess in pre-season, obviously we've got a game tomorrow. We'll probably see where he'll be playing there as well. So yeah, it's a very complicated one. I'm like a bit confused about it, to be honest with you guys. I don't really know where he will be playing. But hopefully he'll just be playing and enjoying his football. If Arsenal can't give youth players minutes, they'll then sell them with buyback clause money in, and if developed, get them back into the side. Yeah, I mean, there was a player that I think we should have kept at the time, but Balogun was one that we sold. I don't know how much we sold him for, but it was quite a big amount of money. I think you get a lot of your money from the academy when they come through. I do wish we kept Balogun at the time because I think he'd have done good. I mean, in hindsight's amazing. Things you look at back, things you could have done things differently. You don't know how it would have gone, but I would definitely give him a chance because I think he would have been very good for us. And he was good in the academy, and he stepped up when he needed to when we played him. But yeah, I think we've had some great academy players over the years, but we've sold them. Hutchinson's another one that we sold. I'm not too upset about that, but I did like him when he was Arsenal at the time. We've had so many players, but it's hard to get through these days. But I think Max Dillon has a chance to do that. Whether or not he'll go on loan this season and build up minutes, come back next season, and I don't know. We're going to see, or will he be part of the squad? Generally interested to see what is actually going to happen. If he's going to be here, is he going to be on loan? I don't really know what we are going to do with him, but I do think he has a bright future ahead of him. I do think that he will be a very important player for us, no matter where he is. So hopefully, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. But we have got a great academy. We've got great players coming through as well. So I'm hoping that they'll all step up when they need to, and Arteta can give players minutes. Because obviously we have brought in a lot of signings. I mean, Kepa, another one. We're going to see him get a minute. So is Ryan going to get all the minutes? Yeah, it's an interesting season for sure. We've got a lot of players coming through. So, yeah, obviously, guys, if you've got any questions, do send them through. I'm just going to get a drink, guys. I'll be back in a second. But send in any questions you guys have for me. As I said, I'll be on here till about 3 o'clock today. So, if you guys do want me to answer anything, I'm more than happy to do that. But, yeah, big up to you guys. I'll be back in one moment and I'll answer some questions in a sec. Hey guys, thank you guys for being patient and waiting for me then. I'm back now, and like I said, I'm happy to answer any questions. I'll be on here till 3 o'clock, around 3 today. Gotta run, but always great to see you. So thank you so much, Phil, for watching my show today. I really appreciate it, and always good to see you here in the chat. So thank you. Big up to Gunnar Frev. I think you're new here, so welcome to my channel. How much do you see us getting for Fabio Vieira? It's tough, isn't it? Because I don't think we're going to get more than like 20 million, to be honest with you. I think we should try our best to get as much as we can for him, though. I think if we can get a good amount for him, I think I'd be very happy with that. Like if we could get, I think 30 would be great, but I just don't see us getting that. I think anything from 25 to 35, I would be very happy with, because I think it's going to be hard to get money for him. I just don't think we're going to get a lot for him, to be honest with you guys. I think it is going to be quite difficult. But I think we should just do what we can and try and generate some money for him, because we need to get a lot of money for these players, because like I said, we've seen other teams around you getting a lot of money for these players, and I don't think we're doing that as well. So I should try our best to generate some money for these players and do what we can. But thank you for your question. Do you think we'll beat United? Yeah, I do think we will. I think it's going to be difficult. I mean, for me, if we have maybe a left winger, Eze, if we have another attacking player going into that game, I would feel more optimistic and confident. But I think at the moment, because we don't, I do feel a bit cautious about how we're going to play. Are we going to be up for this game? Do we have the right attacking players for this? So I think I have my doubts and my worries, but I do think we can win. I think we can definitely do it. But yeah, it just depends on which players we have. I mean, for example, I could see Madueke play tomorrow, say on the left. I could see him play there, and I could think, you know what, I want to see more of him. So I think for me, it definitely depends like who we have. The left hand side for me is the thing for me. It depends as well on our midfield. If our midfield is working, if it goes well. So it does depend on a lot of factors, and obviously United have improved, so they're not going to be United of last season. They've definitely strengthened in the attack as well. So I'd like to think we would win. I think you have to win on the first game of the season. I think it sets the tone off well. I think it puts you in a good place, but we'll have to see. We will have to see. But yeah, I think if I had to give you an answer, I think we could win. I think it would be quite a tight game. I think it would be like a 2-1 or something. So I don't think it would be quite a. I don't think we'll get a hat trick. I think if Gokra starts as well, that'll help out. So hopefully Gokra starts. Hopefully we put a good team out as well for that game. But yeah, I think we can do it. Big up Ron. He's tricky with learning out down because of his age. Unlike an adult, his parents would have to relocate to and get a house and jobs. I'm concerned he'll be stalled if he's not getting minutes. It is really crazy. Like, he's so young, isn't he? And I don't know, at 50, I don't think he'd want to move around too much. If I was him, I'd probably want to stay at Arsenal. I'd want to be a part of the squads. And try and get minutes when I can, whether that's in a cup game, whether that's coming off the bench in a cup game. Obviously, I'm not sure how the rules work. Like we said, his age is 15, so I don't think he could come on in the Premier League and get a minute. But I guess him being part of the team, I'm sure that'd be great for him. So, yeah, I think let's just see how it goes. But I think, like you said, it would be a bit of a weird one if he went on loan and it worked out for him, whatever, and other clubs are going to want him. I mean, you heard Rio Ferdinand talk about him. He's not going to be the only one that wants to get him. So I think there's going to be a lot of teams that really will want him. So I think it's going to be really tough for us to keep some of these players at the club, like him. As well, Neri, I know he was someone that Chelsea liked as well. So I know he's signed a new deal now and it's all good, but we do have to be careful. We have to, as well, winning stuff's going to be so important for our future as well. And that's why we have to keep doing our best with that. And yeah, I think it's tough really keeping some of these players at Arsenal, but I just hope we can just do the best we can do. And yeah, getting over that line is going to be so important. But with Darren, I think it would be nice to see him part of the team in some aspect, getting minutes. But he's so young, you do forget how young he is. Like when we talk about him, you kind of forget his age because you feel like he does seem experienced. He knows what he's doing. He's so good. So yeah, I think for me, it's going to be interesting to see how he does in the season, or what happens if he gets loan. So yeah, I'm interested to see how that will go for me. So yeah, I'm really interested to see with the academy how that's going to go as well. But yeah, guys, like I said, happy to answer any questions for the last 20 minutes of my show. I'm going to be back later, guys, as well, because I'm going to be back doing like a preview for the game tomorrow. Maybe about 6 or 7. I will let you guys know the time as well, but I'll be back later as well to do that. But yeah, like I said, tomorrow I might do a pre-recorded stuff today to upload tomorrow. But like I said, I'm more than happy to come back later as well and chat with you guys then as well, maybe 6:30, 7 around the same time. Obviously I came on yesterday to do a video, but yeah, I will be back later to do a preview. I know I've sort of answered briefly, but I did want to have a discussion about some of these players and sort of their game time. You hopefully will get in the game. But yeah, Gunnar forever, big up to yourself again. Thank you for watching. Would you keep Havertz? I think for now, yeah, I would keep him. I think he would be quite a reliable person to have off the bench in the squad. I think unfortunately for him, he just wouldn't be a starter with Gokeres. But I think if he's a good option to have. I think he's a good player to have in the team if we need someone to come on or change the game in some way. So yeah, I think he with Havertz, as we've had many conversations about him on here. I think he isn't going to get you the goals you want for the league. It's not going to get you like 20 goals a season, but he is going to come off the bench and help you in some way. So for me, I would keep him. I think he is important. But having said that, I would potentially think about moving him on in a year or so. I think maybe his time at Arsenal is probably coming to an end in the near future. But yeah, for now, I think he would be a very important squad player to have as well. I don't see Arsenal having problems with Man U. There is still a very dark cloud over them with the dramas they have. A long will compete with Newcastle for a signing. Yeah, I definitely see them being better this season. I think they'll finish in the top 10. I don't think they'll finish like terribly, but I do agree with you. I don't see how we would lose that game. I think we should be winning that quite comfortably. I think we've got a very strong defence. I think defensively we're really strong, and I don't see how we would lose that. But I know we've lost games against them, like the FA Cup game. That was a shocking performance from us, and they were really poor as well. So, and yeah, I think there's a lot of fans that might not feel confident, but what I will say, if we lose that, I think it's going to be quite difficult because I think if I'm being honest, I do see, to be honest with you, maybe fans turning a bit with Arteta in the season. Because I mean, I've said this so many times, I'm sure you guys know this as well, but we need to win something. We have to win something next season. And I think if we lost our first game, draw 1-1, for example, I mean, I wouldn't be happy with that. And I think there would be maybe a turning point in the stadium or online with the fans and Arteta. So I do think for Arteta himself, he has to start off well and get it right. But yeah, I think with Arteta, I think he needs to take some risks this season, try new things. And I'll be honest with you guys, if we start the game this season and have it to start, I'm not going to be happy. And I kind of think I think Arteta at times, if he does that, I think he would have himself to blame. I mean, Gyökeres needs to build up his minutes first. He's only played 10, I think he played like 15 minutes with extra time. But for me, Gyökeres, I want to see him get at least 45 minutes in the game tomorrow. And then obviously we've got the Emirates Cup on Saturday, and I want to see him get maybe gradually even more than that, but that isn't in an ideal world. I don't think Arteta would do that, so we're going to have to see how his minutes are going to get built up with Gyökeres. But yeah, I think obviously I'll come back later, guys. I'm going to do a preview for that game later, but and on Saturday, guys, I'll be doing a watch along for the game as well. But I think it's interesting to see how things are going to go for Gyökeres. I hope he does really well. I know he's under a lot of expectation, and I've said I'm not good. I think a lot of us feel this way as well, but I think we shouldn't expect too much of him this first season. Just see how it goes. Worst comes to worst, he maybe gets 15 goals, but I don't see in a world where he does that. I think he's going to get a lot of goals in the season, so I hope he does that. I hope he does really well for Arsenal because I do really like Gyökeres. I think he's exactly what we need. But obviously, guys, like I said, I'll be on here for about 15 more minutes. If you guys do have any questions, do send them through here. Before I end this in 15 minutes. But I'm back later as well. So feel free to join me then. As well, back about 6:30, 7, possibly later, guys. And big up to 170. Good to see you in the chat. Hope you're good. Hope you're having a good day as well so far. But yeah, like I said, with Vieira, that's pretty much going to be done soon, I think. I think a permanent deal would be great. Don't know how much we're going to get for Vieira. Like I said, I think 15 to 20 million would probably be likely, and it's probably what I expect. But if we got more than that, I think we should try and get more than that. I think if we got 25 to 30, I'd be surprised, but I think we should do that. I think we need to try and get as much as we possibly can for him. And obviously, Reece Nelson looks like he'd go back to Fulham, which I think would be a really good move for him. I think he needs to get minutes. I think he needs to build that up. And yeah, I think we should go back there. Obviously, Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko's actually contract ends in a year, which I didn't realise, but I think if we can get some money for him as well, that'd be great. It is official. With Vieira, it is official. Obviously, Arsenal haven't announced it, but it is official that he is going to be going to Stuttgart. We're just going to have to see how much we're going to get for him first. I do hope we can get quite a bit of money for Vieira. Reece Nelson, if he goes on loan, maybe there'll be an option to buy. We're going to have to see how this will actually end up for us, but I hope we can get quite a big amount of money. So, yeah, and obviously, who else? Lokonga. I don't know how much we get for Lokonga. I don't know where Lokonga would go. I think he was at Sevilla last season, so maybe he can just go back there. Yeah, so it's definitely a lot to do. Interesting to see how this is going to go with the money situation. So, Yeah, let's just see how that one goes. But yeah, big up to chat, big up Ron. Problem being Arsenal don't have a plan B in place. So Arteta's given P45 who risk would be attracted to Arsenal project in its current form. I do think we have to have a plan B. I think you always have to have a plan B, whether that's in the market, in a football game. If you're struggling, you have to have a plan B. And I think, yeah, I do agree with you. Arteta doesn't have that. Maybe it's his way or no way, and if it doesn't go that way, we are kind of stuck there. Um, so yeah, we're gonna have to just see how we do get on. But like I said, that's pretty much the news today on Vieira. I hope it does really work out for us, and I hope that if he goes, like I said, we can get a good amount of money for him. That's really good. I mean, it does seem to be. So it seems to me that we're doing the outgoings at the moment. And yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. I think we need to make the most of that and try and get some players out the door. We have to be ruthless this summer. Um, we have to just move these players on. I mean, it's like Jesus. We've got Jesus. You've got Zinchenko. You've got Vieira, Lokonga, Reece Nelson. I mean, there's other players we could argue if they should be part of the team. I do think Calafiori has to have a good season. I think if he doesn't, I think he probably will be going. I would give Calafiori another season. I think he's just had one season. I think he should get more time. But actually, if it doesn't work out for him, then I do think we should think about moving him on. I would like to keep Kivior, I really would, but I also think I'm not going to be surprised if he goes because we could get quite a bit of money for him. Obviously Martinelli, Trossard. Trossard's future does seem in doubt at the moment, so I'm not completely sure what's happening with him. Not sure if he's going. Generally, don't know what we're doing with him. So, yeah, it's another interesting conversation to see what is going to happen with them. But yeah, I think we just have to try and get as much money as we can this summer. Try and move some players on, and just do the best we possibly can in that area. So, and I think after that, I'll probably go for another attacking player. Obviously, do you guys think we'll get one or two? I don't know. I hope we can get two attacking players in, like attacking midfielder, a winger on the left. But obviously, at the moment, I just don't know what we're going to do. I just don't know what we plan on doing. So hopefully, yeah, we'll have to see what happens. Um, do you think Mikel Tapas tells the players to play slow football? I don't know what Tata tells them, to be honest with you. I think we can all see that there is certain players that maybe like a Martinelli that he doesn't seem to maybe enjoy his football as much. He does seem a bit like he overthinks a lot. And I think a few years ago, Martinelli was a lot different to what he is now. I think Martinelli back then was quite a he played quite free flowing football. He wasn't afraid to take players on. And I think if I had to just say one word with Martinelli, I'd say he looks more reserved now. And that's a shame. I don't know if it's confidence. I don't know what it is. I know there's a good player in him somewhere, but unfortunately we just don't see that at the moment. So it's a real shame with that. But yeah, I don't know what Arteta does tell him, to be honest with you guys, but I do think something needs to change with him. I mean, if we keep Martinelli, it needs to be more exciting to watch. Obviously, I don't think Martinelli will be a starter next season. I think if Madrock is playing on the left, he'll probably start there. But yeah, we're going to have to see who will actually be the starters next season on the left. But yeah, obviously, big up to you guys. Bit run. Press reports Arsenal are struggling in moving players out of the club. I think the close of the window will be very exciting for all the teams. Obviously, as well, I think the window shuts on the 30th of August. I actually thought it was actually September it shuts, but it's the 30th. So, it's not really long left to get things done. And I won't be surprised if we left things to the last minute with like outgoings, bringing players in. But yeah, obviously we're gonna have to see what we'll end up doing. But it's definitely looking quite exciting about how things are gonna go in this last month of the window. But yeah, I hope we can bring in some bodies through the door. Obviously, an attacking midfielder, a winger would be great, but we're going to have to see what we end up doing because I know Arsenal, we might end up not bringing anyone in. I think the club are definitely shifting out players first and bringing players in. Perhaps need to get money as well for Eze, but yeah, have to see what happens. Does the WSL transfer window end before the start of the season? I'll have a look actually. I'm sure the WSL window might end in September. Let me just find out for you. When does the WSL? Um, I think it. Let me look. I'm just trying to find out. I was under the impression it ends in sort of. I think it will still be open when the season starts. Because I think we start. Let me look when we. I think we play early September, don't we? So, I think the window might be shutting in sort of mid-September. Let me just have a check for you guys though. To answer your question. Um, I forgot Arsenal and fixtures. Yeah, so we play on the 6th of September. I think against Sun City Lionesses. I think the window shuts in like the 20th of September. I'll have to find out, but that's what it says a little bit on some articles. But yeah, I think the window will still be open when the season starts. But we're gonna have to see what will happen. If the women's team are going to bring anyone else in, it'd be interesting to see if we actually will. But yeah, I think that'll be mid-September, which is very, very good. But yeah, big up to you guys. Thank you so much for watching my show. So I'm going to end this in a few minutes. And like I said, I'll be back later. I'll be back in a few hours. To do an Arsenal Villarreal match preview. And obviously happy to answer any questions later as well if you guys have any. Please obviously like this video if you're watching this at the moment. Please do subscribe as well to my channel, which would help me out very much. But yeah, I'll be back probably about 6 o'clock today, or 6:30, 7. I will let you guys know as well. But obviously I've really enjoyed chatting with you guys today. It's been so much fun. I've enjoyed answering your questions as well. And like I said, I'm happy to answer any of your questions later as well when I do my video then. But obviously big up to chat as well. Big up to everyone who has watched my video today. I really appreciate it. Like I said, I've enjoyed chatting with all of you. And I'll be back later anyway. I'll probably be back later for an hour and a half anyway, or something big like that. I'll answer any last questions. So if you guys have any last questions, I will, answer them quickly. How do you think Olivia Smith will do? I think she'll do good. I mean, there was a conversation the other day about, is Ford going to be dropped? Is Olivia Smith going to play on the left? That's the question. I don't really know what we're going to do, but I do think she'll be a starter. I don't think we paid that much money for her to be on the bench. I think she's going to be a really good option to have. She's so young, she's so talented, and she's only going to get better. So yeah, I'm really excited to watching her play. I think she's going to be a very exciting player to have in the team. So yeah, I can't wait to see her play, and I'm really excited for the women's season. Obviously, it starts a bit later than men's, but obviously the pre-season will be starting as well. So I'm really excited for that. Thank you so much, Andy. Thank you so much for your support. Always love your content and talking to you. Always great talking with you as well. Thank you so much. And no, I haven't 170 gunner. Do you think the success of the women's side will eventually be celebrated by more Arsenal fans? I mean, it's so interesting because obviously won the Champions League last season, and obviously at the Emirates there was a lot of fans there. I was actually so amazed by how many fans there were. I think every year or every sort of season, I do think in England, I mean, obviously I didn't watch women's football out of the WSL. Watched the Champions League, obviously, but and I watched some of the teams, but I don't watch too much outside. But I think in England, I think it's getting better. I think there's more crowds there, more support. And someone said before, the season tickets are going up for Arsenal women, so I think it's only going to get better and better. It's hard, really, because there's certain people that don't like women's football or don't have time to watch the women's team because the men's team's on, and I think that's fair enough. But yeah, I do think there'll be a lot more. I think a lot more people now are celebrating it, which I'm happy about, and we're able to sort crowds, which is really good. And we're getting big attendances at the Emirates, so I think it's improving. I'm really happy with the growth of the game and how it's going for the women's team as well. So yeah, I think every season it probably get more celebrated, but I think it's in a good place right now. So yeah, I think we are doing good with the women's game, and it's growing at a really good rate. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's going. But yeah, thank you for your question, guys. Big up to chat as well. Thank you all for sending any questions, guys. For me today, I've really enjoyed chatting with you guys today. So thank you so much for tuning in today for my show. I'll be back later, as I said, to do a preview for the game tomorrow. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone. I've really enjoyed chatting with all of you today, and like I said, you can send any questions later on my show. I'm happy to answer them as well. But big up to chat. Thank you so much for watching my show today, and yeah, have a good day. I will see you all in a few hours time. But yeah, please obviously do leave this video with a like, do subscribe as well as you're leaving, and yeah, I will see you in a little while. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll take care and I'll see you in a bit. Bye, guys.